Good sport there. Well, Hillary Clinton striking a more populist campaign message in what many are calling a campaign reboot. She pledged to close the income gap and rebalance the economy. Joining me right now to talk more about this is Mike Warren, staff writer for the Weekly Standard. Mike, good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you write that there's a new poll out now taking a look at some early voting states, including New Hampshire, and Bernie Sanders gaining some ground on Hillary Clinton in the Granite State. Of course, we knew Hillary Clinton was going to maybe have to change her message, move a little bit to the left, but do you think that the Clinton camp is actually surprised by how much ground Bernie Sanders is gaining here?
If I were them, I would be surprised. I mean, let's be cautious here. This is one poll of one early primary state that Bernie Sanders is 12 points behind Hillary Clinton. But go back a few months. Hillary Clinton, in all these Democratic polls, whether there was national or in these early primary states like Iowa and New Hampshire, was so far ahead of whatever competition there was that it was going to be a coronation for the nomination. And now she's at 44%, under 50% in New Hampshire. Remember, this is the state that gave her the momentum in 2008 to continue that primary fight against Barack Obama after Obama had won Iowa. So I would say that if they aren't worried about these numbers, they probably should be, because I think Sanders is speaking to a wing of the Democratic Party that maybe isn't that excited or ready for Hillary, that she's going to have to deal with if she wants to win this nomination pretty cleanly.
Now, we look at the Democratic Party here and you see Bernie Sanders, some say surging. Do the Democrats and Hillary Clinton find themselves in sort of a similar position that Mitt Romney found himself in 2012, where he said he was severely conservative to the CPAC crowd and then had to run more as a moderate in the general election campaign? Is there a kind of a mirror image going on in the Democratic Party now where Hillary Clinton has to play the populist and the far-left candidate? She is running against a self-described socialist.
Right. That could be. That's an interesting analogy to look at Mitt Romney in 2012. Again, Mitt Romney was expected to win the nomination. He came in second, really, in a lot of ways in 2008. Hillary Clinton is sort of the next in line. I could see that happening. The difference is that Republican primary voters don't seem to be as forgiving as Democratic primary voters are. I think unless they're provided with somebody who really does sort of go above and beyond and win the Democratic primary voters' hearts, then I think Hillary still has the obvious advantage here. They need somebody like a Barack Obama, perhaps somebody like Elizabeth Warren, who really does, I think, have the hearts of Democratic primary voters, but who isn't running. That's why I think Sanders is speaking to something. It's a problem that I think Clinton is moving to the left to kind of fix, but ultimately Sanders isn't the guy to do this, to really win over Democratic primary voters, except maybe in the form of a protest vote.
Well, even Sanders himself has admitted he's been somewhat surprised by the large crowd showing up to his campaign events. And of course, we're talking about the rhetorical gymnastics that could face Hillary Clinton on the campaign trail. The crossover appeal, of course, with her is the pro-business Clinton we remember from President Bill Clinton. Hard to be both pro-business and also for income inequality. Mike Warren, great to have you with us, staff writer at the Weekly Standard. Please stick around. We're going to continue our discussion. We come back with a roundtable right after this. We're going to talk a little bit more about Hillary and Jeb Bush as well. How will his crowd look today? Big announcement coming up, 3 p.m. Eastern time today. Officially going to be in the race, even though we kind of all knew he was going to run eventually. Have more coming back here on Newsmax Now. Stay tuned.